Hey guys, and welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday with Terrell. Alright guys, so this is a big episode for me. Like, this is crazy. 50 episodes. So we've been doing this for 50 plus weeks, and this is the 50th episode of Bluray Tuesday. And we have our Orbit coffee here to get us through the episode, and the heat wave has went away, so I'm super excited. This is a good episode for me. I didn't watch a Tubi movie this week. A lot's been going on. I feel like this is the longest week, but in a good way. So it all started off last week after Bluray Tuesday. We did see Barbarian. Barbarian, y'all, okay, let me tell you. Y'all gotta go see this movie. So when I seen this, I saw the trailer like weeks, like months before this shit like hit the theaters, and I didn't want to be spoiled. I heard like, oh hey, go into this movie and be surprised. You know, and a lot of these trailers nowadays show everything. Like, it's really weird. But this movie, I did rewatch the trailer after the fact, and it doesn't really spoil much, but if you could, go into this movie as blind as possible. This movie is insane. It's bonkers. It's like, what I said, what the fuck to myself like numerous times. And I was seeing it in the theater. We saw it in the whole XD theater with the nice sound and all that at our local Cinemark. And yeah, it's really great. One thing is, there's like a certain scene there that brought me back to when I filmed for the 48-hour film fest. We did for Boxed. We had talked about, if y'all, you know, maybe y'all see that one day. But anyways, we filmed this, and there was one location we went to. It was kind of dark, and there was this little like little building, like this, maybe an old house or old cabin of some sort, and it had little holes in the wall, and it was dark, right? I was scared. So when you go, it was like you hear like the little crickets in the background, and they have this long field. Basically, I walked up to that, and that reminisced something that I saw in this movie. It's not a spoiler per se, but I will say that shit, it brought me back to that scene, and it brought me back to that moment, because I was terrified. I think I recorded a scene of me walking there, and I heard something in the bushes. This is spooky. That something lived up in there. Something barbaric lived in that place, and that shit was scary. So it brought me back to that. But oh fuck, Barbarian is a lot to take in. A lot of surprises. The lead actress is really good. I don't know what else she's in, but she was great. And then you have Justin Long is in this film. I didn't even know he was in this film. His name is on the fucking poster, but I don't know how I missed that. But anyway, so also another thing I liked about this is there's like numerous cool posters for this film. Like, I don't want to spoil this movie, so I'm just gonna go off about that. But the spoilers, I wouldn't say the posters are spoilerish. There have certain key moments that might be in it on some of the posters, but there's a lot of cool key art. So yeah, take a look at those. I think I posted that when I went to go see it. But if you could do anything this weekend, or if you haven't already, go watch Barbarian. And then maybe next week I'm gonna be spoiling it. I am on CNT Unfiltered gonna talk about this more in depth. So if you want to listen to that, there might be spoilers. But Barbarian is the one I would say it's in my top 5 of the year so far. Yeah. Moving on, I also watched a new film that just hit VOD this past weekend called Margot. You know, it's Margaux. You know, she a little fancy with her name. But yeah, Margot is about a house. It's like a smart house, and you have like six like friends. They're college friends who apparently were nerds, but they all look hot in a way. So I was like, oh, these are some hot nerds. Okay, so there's these people getting together. They're all, you know, all those things that you have in the movie. You have the jock, you have the token Asian, you know, you got it all. And you got the nerd, you got the sassy bitch, you got, you know, the guy who's dating the sassy bitch but want the nice girl. You know, they got all the shit there, and they're all going on this like reunion. So they go into this smart house, and I guess no one really knew this was a smart house till he got there. I guess the guy who ordered it, the main character, one of the main characters, he didn't tell nobody. But it's cool on paper, right? Partnered well with Barbarian, you know, the whole Airbnb thing, and then, you know, they're staying in this Airbnb smart house. So they get to this smart house, and it's like everything you would wish for. Like, the bitch turns the house or your rooms into everything you like. Like, if you're into, like, I don't know, weed. Like, there's a guy who likes weed. She turned his room into weed. Too, if you're into, like, I don't know, anything your sexual fantasies, y'all into threesomes, y'all into the sucking and fucking, you know, the Tubi threesomes. If y'all into that room will turn into that. But this bitch is crazy. Like, she could do anything she wants. She's very high tech. If she talks to you, she, like, gets into your mind. She makes you download the app before you can even enter into the house. So she downloads, you know, the app. So y'all gotta read those disclosures, because they be looking into all your life. So she does that, and then she like picks and chooses, you know, she surprises people that way. I don't want to spoil this one too much, but okay, so some moments, I liked it overall. It was very like smart house slasher, like the house is killing people one by one, and yeah, how do you outsmart a smart house? You know what I mean? So it's like the future. But anyways, there's this one thing that kind of weird. Y'all see, like, you know, when she serves you breakfast or she goes to like wash something, she gets these Dr. Octopus looking tentacles that pop up out of the screen. It looked very Tubi. That's like, could be on Tubi. But besides that, this movie was really fun. I had a lot of fun watching it with the Overlook family. It was a great partner with Barbarian. Yeah, I like, you know, almost dial dramas. It was very like, one by one, these characters. Oh, and there's a lot of cool key moments that's what this house could do. This movie was good. So I highly recommend watching Margot with the UX. And yeah, get back to me if y'all seen that. And the last movie I watched was a few days ago. San Francisco here at the Castro Theater had a special screening of Bros. So Bros doesn't hit theaters until September 30th, and they had its American world premiere here in San Francisco. So it had its like world premiere in the TIFF, the Toronto Film Festival or whatnot, and then like the next day, Billy Eichmann and fucking Luke McFarlane, they flew out and they were in attendance. I was scoping them out too because I wanted my Terrell fee, but I didn't get a picture. I couldn't. There's way too many people. Mind you, we pull up. It was a free screening. It was really cool. It's at the Castro Theater. And I got my little ticket and everything, and I'm rewinding a little bit. But by the time I got to the door, they didn't even check my ticket. They didn't even just, you know, they're just giving people seats. So this thing was packed, I will say. Like the line, it went down the street, turned, down a long street, turned, and we were like hella far back. We were afraid we weren't even gonna get in, but we did. I had a middle seat like I like, but we were all the way at the top of the theater, which was fine. But yeah, this movie was great. I will say, while we were in line, it was pretty funny. They had this like group of friends that were walking by. They were like, why are these people in line to see Billy Eichmann? He's like, he ain't even funny. And they were like, and his friend was just like, his homegirl was just like, oh, well, it's free. And he was like, oh, okay, I get it. So, bitch, that's true. This shit's free 99. So, bitch, why not you go watch it? Anyway, so it was good. So I don't know much about the Billy Eichmanns of the world and Luke the Canada dude. I don't know them. So me going into this, I was blind, but I knew that this was the new like big box studio LGBT raunchy comedy, which was fun. So this movie, it starred this guy who was just like 40 years old. He's just like never had like love in his life. It's basically he's just hooking up, and like he made a metaphor about like how, you know, in the gay community, like monogamy is not really there. So him, like, you know, you dibble and dabble, have fun with the guy, and then you move on to the next. You know what I mean? So basically he has his friends for all his like, his connections, and then he has his hookups for his like sexual things. And after he hooks up, he has to make this little walk and just like, you know, like, oh, think about what he did. Anyways, that's boring stuff. But the shit's raunchy as fuck. So it has Simone from Drag Race, T.S. Madison. It has a lot of the LGBTQ actors and actresses in this film. It has, if you watch Will and Grace, it has Deborah Messing. She has a hilarious scene, and the chemistry between the two guys was great. Their love story, it was up and down. It's just like, you know, the regular straight stuff, but it was a twist. Man, this movie, the whole theater was cracking up. I haven't been in a theater that lately, because, you know, all these comedies nowadays, the ones I've seen, they aren't that funny. This movie was shockingly funny. I was dying. Like, I give this 4 to 5 stars because this shit was intense. I loved it a lot. I don't know if maybe I could relate to a lot of this stuff and it like hit home for me. I don't know. This movie was really good, and I highly recommend it. It hits theaters September 30th, Bros. And after the movie, they had the little Q&A at the beginning, and I will say, the little announcer guy was weird. He was too thirsty for me. He was up there trying to touch their asses. You know the cover with the 2 booties? And he was like, oh, are those your real asses? And it was. They said, oh, yeah, that's us, that's us. And Luke looked uncomfortable as fuck. The one from Canada, the little model-looking dude, he looked so uncomfortable. But the little fat little presenter guy kept trying to touch his ass. He said, let me see, tell him to turn around. It was I made me uncomfortable. But yeah, that was that. They had a little Q&A. They're kind of funny. I think the key moments of the film that they wanted to portray were set across quite well. I just hope people like it, and I'm interested to see what people think. It does hit theaters in 2 weeks, so y'all check this out. When it did end, everyone was on their feet. Round of applause, cheering. It was great. The only thing was, it was just hot as fuck in that theater. But besides that, the movie was great, and I'm looking forward to owning that on Blu-ray. All right, so that was all of the movies I watched this past week. I'm super excited to see Pearl this week, the prequel to X, Ty West's X, that came out earlier this year. And also today, Bluray Tuesday, they did announce the third in the trilogy called Maxine with 3 X's. So it's M-A-X, you know, X Maxine with the 3 X's. Ain't that crazy? So I'm excited for this. So I loved X. I think I want to rewatch it before Pearl. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this all starts. All right, guys, so for today's episode 50, 50. Yeah, so today I am sponsored by a sponsor who sponsored Bluray Tuesday. So a sponsor of a sponsor is sponsoring this episode of Orbit Coffee. Ron2D2 on Instagram watches the show and just loved, watching the channel and everything. And he's sponsored by Orbit and wanted to share the wealth and wanted to showcase this coffee, so we don't get into it. And I'm gonna tell you, this coffee is strong as hell. So, if you're ever bored, watching movies, or you out Blu-ray shopping, you feeling a little sluggish, get you some Orbit coffee, because this shit is strong as hell. I will say this, especially the dark cold brew one here, it's 2 times the amount of coffee of a regular cold brew. And you can order this online at orbitcoffee.com, or y'all correct me on that. Also, there's some stores in the Bay Area, so you can go to, there's 1 in San Jose and 3 in Oakland. I personally like this one here, which is a Vietnamese one. It gets you a little sweeter taste there and has a little bit more cream in there. And it's Vietnamese coffee. That stuff is pretty strong. So, yeah. I mean, me watching these Tubi movies, a lot of them are really boring as a drag to get through. So, drinking Orbit coffee gets you through that. So, yeah. So they sponsored this, and we're gonna have this on the episode. Strong. All right, y'all. So that's Orbit Coffee. So yeah, check them out, their Instagram. They have a lot of little giveaways, and they have little cool gift sets too. If you guys want to order like some coffee beans or whatever, the powder or whatever, to make your own coffee pots, they do have that as well. But yeah, check it out. And they serve you this little gold box. Ain't this nice? And it's very fitting for episode 50. The golden, thing. But yeah, so Orbit Coffee, tune in. All right, so now we're gonna get into this week's Blu-ray releases. This week is pretty big. So the past couple weeks is like, bullshit was coming out or re-releases. But this week we got some stuff. So let's get into it. All right. So the first movie is Friday the 13th. I know. How many times are you going to buy this movie? This movie came out, I own this movie at least 50 times. But this was released in beautiful 4K, and I love this slipcover. I did order this from Amazon, and I'm glad it came nice and well, because I saw some horror stories already today where people's shit came dinged up. Best Buy has their little 2 copies in the whole store. Not mine, because mine got movies. But Best Buy has their little shit in the store and they're all dinged up already. It sucks. But Friday the 13th, this classic film, is on 4K. Loads of bonus features. I love the slipcover alone. I like the kiki ma 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 at the back. Look at that. It's amazing. And yeah, I love that everything's coming out on 4K. I want a Nightmare on Elm Street. Y'all bitches need a Scream Factory. Somebody need to put out a box set like they did for Michael Myers and Jason. We need a Nightmare on Elm Street one, because that needs a update and shit. So anyways, 4K. It only has the 4K Blu-ray and the digital copy. If you want to have the Blu-ray with it, you probably have that like me 50 times. So it is what it is. It's only 20 bucks. And yeah, Friday the 13th. All right. Next up that I picked up this week is AMC's Eli Roth's History of Horror, Season 3. I forgot that this show was out. I bought the first 2 seasons. I watched season 1. I'd never seen season 2. And 3 is out. I had no idea. I was hoping it had a slipcover. I think only season 1 did. But yeah, Eli Roth season 3, What Screams Are Made Of. So it has interviews with Cate Blanchett, Jamie Lee Curtis, Edgar Wright, and Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie's in every season, I feel like. I think they're probably buddies. I don't know. He needs a history of horror. He fucked up the Halloween movie. I'm sorry. We're going to get into this on another episode with me and Vito. We're going to talk about it. But I rewatched Halloween 2. If y'all seen this, let's talk about it, because Halloween 2 was not it for me. I remember seeing it in theaters, and I did not like this fucking movie with the fucking unicorns and shit. And me saying fuck, it's rubbed off on me, because fucking the Laurie Strode bitch, she said fuck every 2 seconds. Like, there's a scene literally that she's talking, I don't know if it was Danielle Harris or her therapist, and she said fuck at least 8 times in 3 seconds. I was shocked. This bitch is nuts. They made her super insane. I get the direction he was going, but that movie's all over the place. It's super dark and not in a good way, and it just made me feel gross. Rob Zombie. All right, moving on. I picked up Where the Crawdads Sings. I don't even know if I said that right. The Crawdads Sings. So this movie's from Reese Witherspoon. I think your girl Taylor Swift did a song for this. And, at first I was like, what is this movie? I don't know if I'm gonna be interested. I saw a lot of good reviews, and then when I read about it, it's like a mystery. I guess she goes to this place here, and I guess there's like somebody who died or something, or it's like a murder mystery where this girl was involved with him. Maybe she was fucking him. I don't know. But it's based on a book. And I heard people say the book was better. I don't know. But I did get this at Target. It's like 22 bucks. And if you buy it with the book, I think they have the novel there, like right next to this. I don't read. I know reading is fundamental, but it's not for me. So I didn't get the book. But if you do get the book with the Blu-ray, you get a $5 gift card at Target. So if y'all want to get some coins, you know, get some money back if you want to get the book and, you know, read the book and watch the movie, do that. It got good reviews, mixed reviews, I will say. I was looking it up a little bit. And yeah, I heard some good things. I'm looking forward to watching it. And if y'all seen this, let me know. It has a few bonus features here, featurettes. It has a lyric video for Carolina, the Taylor Swift song, Creating the World and Woman in Focus, deleted scenes. So, yeah, where the Crawdads sings. I don't know, I've never seen this. It's from Sony. I like murder mysteries and thrillers and stuff like that, so hopefully it catch my attention. Hopefully it's not like a 2.5 hour movie. But it is rated PG-13 for sexual content and violence. So, ooh, this might be good. Oh, including a sexual assault. Oh, man, is this bitch getting raped? Okay, I gotta get my mind right for this. But where the Crawdads sings, y'all. All right. Next up is one I missed in theaters and I almost went to see. I'm not a big Elvis music person, but he's an icon in his right. But Elvis, y'all, look at this movie. This is a beautiful slipcover, ain't it? So Elvis just dropped today from Austin Butler, who got praise in this movie. And I'm looking forward to this. Tom Hanks is in this. And yeah, 4K. I like this cover a lot. It's very shiny. The back even has it too. Has a bunch of bonus features. This is cool. This is one that I definitely going to check out soon. I know it's one of those long biopic musical films. I feel like there's a lot of Elvis movies I've heard of, but I don't know. But yeah, Elvis. Check this out. I did pick this up today. It's $29.99 at Target, Best Buy, and I think Amazon, and all your local retailers. In 4K. All right. Next up is The Addams Family. So I own this movie 50 times as well, within DVD, Blu-ray twice. This just hit 4K, and I like this. I don't know, I didn't think that the cover was gonna look very cartoonish up close, but I like the purple steelbook, but when you look at these pictures up close, they look like cartoons. I kind of didn't like that very much when I seen it in person. I ordered this on Amazon, it was like 20 bucks as well. The pre-order is still up, and if y'all wanna get this before it sells out. But yeah, it's a 4K edition. Just in time for Halloween, and in October, the Addams Family, or the Wednesday show, hits Netflix with my new favorite screen queen, Jenna Ortega. So yeah, the Addams Family. All right. Next up, guys, is a Shudder exclusive film, and it's George A. Romero's The Amusement Park. So this came out, I think, at the end of last year or early this year. It's only 55 minutes, and this slipcover is amazing. This is what sold me on this one. This slipcover, I heard good things about this movie. It's short, so that's a plus. You wouldn't need any more coffee to get you through it, but it's a movie, I guess, that was like lost but was found, and they restored it, and it's like a play on older people, I guess, and the mistreatment of them. It claims it's the scariest film Romero's ever made, so I mean, I don't know. But I definitely got to check this out. It's only 55 minutes, so it's a quick watch. It's like watching, you know, an episode. You know, I've been binging Cobra Kai, y'all. I don't know if y'all watched that, but season 5 dropped last week too. And I've been watching so much stuff and been so busy, I ain't got time to watch it. So I've been watching them, almost done with season 5. And if y'all watch that, let's talk about that. This is off the whim. But talk about Cobra Kai because this shit's, I don't know. This season's okay. I like last 2 seasons a bit better with more action. I think I'm on episode 6 now, so it's getting a little bit juicier. A lot more fights. But it's, I don't know. We gotta talk about that, but it's getting kind of corny. But I like Cobra Kai. I'm interested to see where this goes. But it's becoming a big drama now. A lot of shit happening. But off topic. But yeah, Shudder exclusive, you guys. Loads of bonus features. I don't know if you guys can see this. A lot of bonus features. And I love the slipcover. So if you're a fan of George A. Romero, check this out. All right, see, I told y'all, there's a lot of movies today, and I'm loving the slipcovers and the steelbooks, and we're going to one that I thought would have a slipcover, but I thought wrong, and it's Abandoned. So I watched this movie. This is, okay, mind you, this is $11.99 on Amazon. No slipcover, no digital copy, just very bare bones. But, you know, I love my physical media, and I love Emma Roberts. You know, one of my favorite killers in the Scream franchise, Jill, and she was in American Horror Story. You know, she's my favorite bad bitch there. And yeah, it has Michael Shannon in this film. Basically, it's about her just having a baby, moving into this home. And I thought it'd be great. Her with her husband and all this stuff. And this farmhouse or whatnot that they move into. And all this supernatural stuff happens. It's like one of those pretty girl ghost stories. It does everything it needs to. But I just felt a little let down with this movie. It wasn't really scary. I was just going through the motions. And this is definitely one that you don't need your Orbit coffee for. So I'm going to tell you that right now. So Abandoned. I give this like 3 stars. I mean, I like Emma Roberts, but it wasn't my favorite supernatural horror. And it's from Vertical Entertainment, and if y'all want to get this, again, it's on Amazon for $11.99. All right, guys, so next up, I'm going to talk about Lightyear. So I talked about this back when I seen this in theaters, about how I missed the kiss, but apparently the kiss was there, and I think I blinked. But I went with this one. So Target usually has exclusives for Target editions, for like Disney and all that kind of stuff, and they didn't have one this time. But I got the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. Surprisingly, I got it on time. And they shipped it, let me tell you, they shipped my Steelbooks now in this wrap. I got the little notifications delivered, and I was like, okay, I haven't ordered it for Best Buy in a while. And they delivered this, and it was like in a white bubble wrap. You know, like in Bluray the horror packs I do for the unboxing, usually they have a white bubble wrap within a box. You know, they good with their packaging. They just sent me a fucking bubble wrap, and I saw the delivery driver with them, and he dropped bags. I hope he didn't drop my shit. But good thing this was in good condition. You know, I double checked, but they only wrapped it in a motherfucking saran wrap fucking white little bag. And I was like, what the hell, Best Buy? That's why y'all getting too many complaints. And maybe that's why they ain't got Blu-rays no more in their store. I don't know. But they wrapped this shit up. The good thing it arrived fine. But Lightyear, we're getting to this. I like this cover the best. I feel like the cover for the regular 4K and the Blu-ray are very basic. I know a lot of people didn't like this movie. I had fun with it. It wasn't my favorite movie in the Toy Story franchise because that's, you know, those exceed expectations. Those movies are amazing. But Lightyear, yeah, I'm glad this is a collection. I love this cover. And this had a cool little twist. And I think y'all should check it out. And if y'all don't want to splurge on the Blu-rays, it is on Disney+, so do watch that on there. All right, Lightyear. These are limited, but I seen a lot of people getting these, so I don't know how limited this one is. Disney, they know how to put out their releases. Yeah, all right. And last but not least, and speaking of limited, I did pick up, which I got late, is Halloween Kills, the 2nd edition. So this is also a Best Buy exclusive, and I talked about this before, and I think on my top 5 Blu-rays of the year, I did talk about this Steelbook being one of my favorites in my collection. But yes, so this is very similar to the first one they released. Only thing is, if you remember, the cover is all red, and it says Halloween Kills is still in red, but he has more red on him. And this version's black with Halloween Kills being the only thing in red. So that's the only difference with this. I love this Steelbook. I love the Halloween's franchise. I'm super excited for Halloween Ends because I want to see how this all ends. So yeah, Evil Dies Tonight, you guys, and that shit is still ringing in my head, and I don't know, it's stuck with me. Like, every time I think of Michael Myers now, I think of Evil Dies Tonight. Ain't that crazy? So, I love this movie. I saw it 3 times, twice in the theater, and I went right back home and watched that shit on Peacock, and I'm excited to watch this again before Halloween ends. And yeah, that also is going to stream October 14th on Peacock. But y'all need to get your asses in the theater to go watch this, to see how this ends. Laurie Strode, their final battle. In the meantime, if y'all didn't get this, y'all need to see if they still have pre-orders up for this to get this before this sells out again. Because the first edition went out quick and they never got it again. So it's kind of cool they did a second print. But in honor of my 50th episode, if you guys did not get this or you guys want this, I got a second copy. So we're doing a giveaway. So I want y'all to just watch this episode. When this episode goes up, I'm gonna have a post. Just keep an eye out for that, for all the little things y'all gotta do to get to this movie. So stay tuned for the post, and I'll have all the rules that you guys have to do. Basically, y'all just better be following a bitch, and we be good. So if Halloween Kills, I want to just give this back. Also have some other little surprises I might throw in with this. But for the meantime, Halloween Kills is going to be on the 50th episode giveaway. So y'all make sure you stay tuned for that, and we'll get more details with that. But yeah, so I want to say thank you again for everyone that's been watching this ever since episode 1. I'm still shocked that I've made it 50 episodes. It's super fun doing these. And yeah, listen to the Overlook Hour. You can hear me also on CNT Unfiltered. Drink y'all some Orbit Coffee. Check them out on Instagram and support. And yeah. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.